basically the anti-forensic technique, which is also known as counter-forensic, it's a set of technique which is aimed at complicating or preventing a proper forensics investigation process. It will make investigator task more difficult while they are trying to collect evidences from the devices. So the goal of anti-forensics is just to interrupt and prevent information collection from the devices or to hide the traces of crime or illegal activities in some areas over the storage media or within any document. It can be any type of media where an attacker can hide their activities and the malicious tools or software within the target device. Sometimes an attacker can compromise with the accuracy of the logs and forensic report as well. So this is all about anti-forensic techniques. So we have a number of anti-forensic techniques, including data and file deletion, password protection, steganography, data hiding in the file structure, trail obfuscation, artifacts wiping, overwriting the data and metadata, encryption, using some program hackers, and minimizing the footprint. All these are considered as anti-forensics technique. So I will go through first technique, which is called data and file deletion. Whenever any attacker attempts hacking on any system, and when they are done with actions on objective, they can delete their malicious file or data which gets saved on the target device, so that investigator cannot find those malicious files from the victim device. So whenever any file is deleted from the hard drive, the pointer to the file gets deleted, but the actual content of the file remain on the hard disk. It means if attacker is deleting any file or the data from the victim device, it is possible to recover that deleted data. If you understand the mechanism of the hard disk drive, then I'm sure that you are familiar with working of the data storages as well, that how the data gets stored over the magnetic storage. Usually the storages will use file system to organize the data over the storage system. File system will help an operating system to access and store the data from or to the hard disk drive. Your file system will also maintain a metadata of the file. It's a kind of list which is called master file table, MFT, where it will create the entries. Hey, this file is created and stored in this location. The another file is stored in this location. During the data deletion, actually, you are not deleting the data directly from the storage, but you are just removing the link only. And with the data recovery tool, it is possible for an investigator to recover that deleted file or any type of deleted data. So to combat this data and file deletion technique, what an investigator can use? They can use data recovery tool, by which they can reconstruct entries into the MFT. This is the first technique. The another technique is password protection. So while conducting the forensics investigation on the suspect computer, and the attacker protected their malicious data and a file with a password. So it's very challenging while accessing those password protected resources for an investigator. So in such cases, investigator can use password cracking tool in order to remove the password protection or to find correct password of those document file, or it can be applicable for an application as well. There are a lot of techniques available to crack the password, including the dictionary attack, password guessing, performing the brute force attack, or by using some settings with the jumpers in order to remove the BIOS password. Even when it's come to the user password cracking, an investigator can use rainbow table as well. But an investigator will make sure that how to deal with the different type of devices, like what is the state of the device, either it is powered off or the powered on. As per the requirement, they will attempt the password cracking for those devices. The other technique, which is considered as the best one as an anti-forensics, is the steganography, in which an attacker can hide a secret message within any ordinary message and will extract it at the destination just to maintain the confidentiality of the data. So by utilizing a graphic image as a cover is the most popular method to conceal the data in the file. Attackers can use steganography to hide messages like a list of compromised server, source code of the hacking tool, or even the plan for the future attack. In this case, the forensics investigator can examine Stago object in order to extract hidden information. In order to combat or defeat this steganography anti-forensic technique, an investigator can go through stag analysis, which is called reverse process of steganography, which is actually an art of discovering and rendering the covert messages using the steganography. It will detect hidden messages which are embedded within the image, text, audio, and video carrier using the steganography. But even though there are various challenges with the stag analysis as well, because the suspect information stream may be or may not have the encoded hidden data, or the messages might have been encrypted before inserting into a file or within any signal. We have like a number of stag analysis tools which will help you to extract the data from the steganographic media.